Welcome and good morning, everyone. Now, today's topic is globalization. Let's take a larger look. I already prepared something so you can see where this is going. We start here in culture and society. Now, culture and society, there are different factors that are affected by globalization or, on the other hand, affect globalization. So, for example, we have education. In education, you've got lots of resources that are globalized today. If you think of YouTube, for example, or language is very globalized. If you think of English, for example, then tourism in a globalized society, well, today maybe not, but in the next 3 weeks, neither, but maybe later we have tourism again. Then, change of lifestyles. If you think, for example, of McDonald's and of other companies that change lifestyles of people, then we have norms and values that are changed by globalization, that are affected by globalization. Then we turn to the economy. Now, the economy is well, also affected by globalization. You have consumption, for example. Right now, you can see this because people are buying lots and lots of stuff, and lots of stuff has to be produced, of course. Then people work in the economy. There's trade going on between countries, between companies, and there are lots of markets, national, international. Then we have the population that is also affected by globalization and that affects globalization. We have in some countries, we have shrinking populations, sorry, and we have growing populations. Then we have migration that is going on, as you can see, for example, after the Syrian war or in between the Syrian war, so still going on. Then we have overpopulation. Some countries are just, well, growing and growing. Then we have diseases like the current one. That's why we're doing all of this. We have people who are aging, and we have outsourcing. Outsourcing means that companies, for example, produce their products in China, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, or anywhere else in the world and sell them in the other parts of the world. Then in politics, globalization is also present, as you can see in the United Nations or in non-governmental organizations or in NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Those are all globalized organizations because they all are more than just one country. Then we have the media. Well, the internet is largely responsible for what I'm doing. We have communication via the internet. We have information and surveillance. Surveillance meaning in German Überwachung. So we also have, well, let's say organizations or the government that wants to know what the people are doing and yeah, and survey them. Then we have technology. Technology is manifest in science, for example. We deal with communication tools. They are, of course, modern. We look at healthcare. Well, healthcare, for example, in globalization means also that you try to work together on an international level to find, for example, today, some antidote to corona. Then we have the environment. In the environment, of course, we have global warming, which has been a topic ever since the Fridays for Future movement started. We have deforestation, which largely means that we, well, lock down forests. We uh, basically kill trees and use them for other things. We have pollution. Pollution can mean different things. For example, air pollution, water pollution. Then there's a lots of waste of resources, so people just use more than they should. There have been studies that if everybody behaved like the Americans, for example, we needed 5 planets to fulfill everything that people want. And the larger topic here is ecology. So how can we treat the environment with respect? How can we be so sustainable that the planet will survive and we can still survive on the planet. So this is an overview of what globalization is. The next video will be about the risks and opportunities, maybe also future tasks and requirements, and of course the pros and cons of globalization.